A judge halted the end of Title 42, so it's still in place for Border Patrol to utilize. The district court decision out of Louisiana said that, listen, you can't have, in the states that filed against the Biden administration, said you can't just pull back this policy willy-nilly whenever you want because it's such a serious policy. You had to go through the Administrative Procedures Act. You'll hear that a lot in these cases. And that means that you had to give time for states to comment about how it was going to affect them if you do remove this policy. And we've seen a lot of the numbers about how it would potentially affect. The judge was citing the numbers about what it could change up to 18,000 people a day. And we're still seeing record numbers before, even with Title 42, but it would take out the expulsion power.
And in a Politico Harvard poll, and this is interesting, this is regarding the Title 42 expulsion policy, 55% of those polled of American adults oppose ending Title 42. 55% want to keep Title 42 in place as a protection at our southern border. So what you've got is the Biden administration is fighting against both, I think, what the law is, because I think the district court opinion is a lengthy opinion. It was totally correct. This was out of the Western District of Louisiana. The judge was correct in his analysis. But also just the body politic is saying it's working. It's at least a tool they have to what is otherwise still an unbelievable crisis down there. So let's let that play out.
If you look at middle Americans, you will find strong support for the retention of Title 42. Many Democrats, particularly in both border communities and in the hinterlands, they are concerned about the resources that will be used up within their own communities with respect to schooling, for instance, with respect to law enforcement. In addition, many of these illegals are bringing across the border fentanyl, marijuana, and meth, and other drugs, heroin. And so there are lots of associated problems in addition to COVID itself.
Even people who think, and there's a lot of Republicans who say, we should declare the pandemic over and move on, is that there's no follow-up policy here. So if we remove Title 42, even if you think, it's time to say this pandemic is over, which, by the way, I don't think the Biden administration is ready to say. I don't think a lot of the world is ready to say, but a lot of conservatives are saying in states, it's been over for a long time in the way things have gone back to normal in some places. But when you don't have a follow-up policy,
exactly,
and you've got the highest ever numbers last month, 224,000 plus people, and we know that there's a whole group waiting for Title 42 to fall.
This judge got this right. First of all, the Biden administration did not play by the rules. Now they're appealing it, but they're not doing it on an expedited basis. And as we said, the polling data shows well over 50% of the American people, 55%, oppose ending Title 42. And by the way, that includes a lot of Democrats. People know that removing this is going to take an arsenal out of our border agents, and that does not bode well for the country.